All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, peace and salutations to the hopefully elect. Coming at you with another lesson of the spirit and power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. I just wanted to land back to the spirit. And you see this group who goes by the name One Body in Yahushai. Well, they have recently just went on these brothers' campsite. The brothers in Dallas, GMS Dallas. And they were there preaching. Now, if you know anything, you know the scriptures speak of, you shouldn't be building on another man's foundation. And that's what these individuals did. They went and built on the foundation where brothers GMS Dallas have been preaching for over a decade. Now, not only is this going off, but this causes complete confusion. You have different people of the world. See, they don't have no understanding. They don't know what's going on. So when they see Israelites preaching there, nevertheless, they're just going to think that, okay, y'all are all the same. Okay, y'all are just all one. They're going to lump us all in together. So they may hear some off doctrine, which these guys teach. Completely off doctrine. They teach, Yahushua don't do miracles and also other things of that sort, right? So they teach off doctrine. They teach confusion. On top of that, they go to another brother's, group's foundation and try to build, which, like Elder Ariella said, I believe they're agents as well. I believe they're set up, to actually cause confusion. So instead of building, it might be a motive of what? Tearing down. Okay? But nevertheless, let's get the scripture. The book of Romans chapter 15, verse 20 says in the KJV, "Yea, so I have strived to preach the gospel, not where Hamashiach was named, lest I should build upon another man's foundation." Read it in the NIV. "It was always been my ambition to preach the gospel where Hamashiach was not known, so that I would not be building on someone else's foundation." And this is what these individuals did, man. Out of all the spots in Dallas, you decided to go to where the brothers, Great Millstone Dallas, preach. And we know you're aware of that spot that you're preaching at. We know you're aware of it. We know a lot of you pimps, y'all watch secretly and get the breakdowns from the apostles and elders on down. You know the things that we teach. And likewise, since you guys have to always be rebuked and reproved, we know the madness that you teach. Because that garbage that y'all be spewing out, that doctrine, has to get cleaned up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai through his men. Okay? Starting with the apostles and elders on down. Okay? Salakia. Salakia. So, like I say, Elder Ariella has these individuals on the screen, and you just hear, the way they preach, just like, it's something about these guys. So, oh boy.
And fight for your brother when we fight for, and fight for your brother. To stand and fight for that brother. That's right. To die for that brother. That's right. Who's actually to stand for the nation. That's right.
God. Oh, God. It's like a dramatization in the type of way. And I understand. We go out and we raise our voice, we trumpet our voice, they got the microphone, but the whole, that right, the unified type of thing. And it's just like, it's like a caricature.
And it's funny that Elder Ariella mentioned this, because when you see different clips in a series or different movies, I forgot the two movies, the name where we was where they mentioned Israelites preaching, but they was acting in this same manner, so to speak, all with the That's right. Bring it out. All that. Because I remember seeing that on, he had this watching the series, the Wu-Tang Clan. And it was 3 times that the Israelites popped up on the scene teaching. You know? But this is, you know, they were just like this. I forget the other movie. But nevertheless, at the end of the day, look, man, this is confusion. And the Lord said he's not the author of confusion. 1 Corinthians chapter 14. Verse 33, it says, for the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. So when, in the NIV, instead of confusion, right, it's what? Disorder. And this is out of order, man. This is completely out of order. You mean y'all just decided as a group or as a leader of the camp, of y'all camp, to say, you know what? Today we're going to go out and preach, you know, where another church preaches at, a group. That's what y'all have decided? Like, that doesn't make any sense. And this is why we're saying we believe guys like this, groups like this, be set up to do things like this, right? To help continue to cause confusion, because that's what comes from it, confusion. And now I remember here in Pittsburgh, the brother, second in command, brother Azariah, always used to say, bro, someone else is teaching in the spot when we're not here. And I used to, you know, kind of brush it off like, nah, bro, ain't nobody else preaching here. And then there would just be individuals coming up to us saying certain things. And we'd be like, we never said that. They were like, yes, you did. I'm like, no, we haven't. We never say that, because that's not a doctrine we teach. And we heard it quite a few times, and then it dawned on me what the brother have said, like, someone is teaching here. There has to be someone teaching here for there to be continuous individuals to come up to us saying what we have said. And we knew by the doctrine that we teach through the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the truth that we haven't said certain things that they would make mention of us saying, but it wasn't us. It was someone else doing this exact same thing, coming and preaching in a spot when we weren't there. That is off. And Jake be knowing, man. But like you said, you know, for clout chasing, just for a spot or whatever the case may be, I don't know, but it's out of order. Now, eventually we kicked the dust off our feet out of that area behind the whole ordeal with those brute beasts, ISUPK members coming up about, I think, 2 years back. The disgruntled members of the ISUPK coming up there acting a fool as they did here in Pittsburgh. I think we taught there one more week, and then we kicked our dust off the feet and went, you know, a little bit further down across the street until we eventually moved to another area where we are laying down that foundation. And a lot of Israelites see us, you know, they salute or whatnot, and a lot of people see us there. So that is our foundation of where the Spirit of the Lord have directed us to what? To build and establish the church. That would be our foundation. And if someone else was to come to that area and do the same, they will be going off, man. They will be going off. Just like these guys, one body in Yahweh Shai, going off. Going off, man. And more importantly, that this doctrine that you teach, horrible. Completely horrible. I want to get this. Concerning that doctrine you guys teach. It's the book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 13. It says, this witness be true, wherefore rebuke them sharply. Ooh. Let's start at verse 10. Titus chapter 1, verse 10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, right? Meaning, ones that know they're Israelites, whose mouths must be stopped. And a lot of this false doctrine that's being spewing out of a lot of these guys' mouths, their mouths must be stopped. And guess what? Yahweh Shemel Shah is going to stop their mouth. You have a lot of Israelites, okay, that's into carnality, teaching wayward doctrine. I mean, every week you got different groups saying all types of madness. For there are many unruly and vain talkers, deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake. You got a lot of guys that's teaching for what? For gain. Look, as it says in the NIV, dishonest gain. Right? So it says what in the NIV? Verse 11, they must be silent because they are disrupting whole households by teaching things that ought not to teach. Oh my goodness. Countless of times you'll hear these different Israelite groups talk about things that is like, why would you say that? What are you even talking about? And a lot of Jake be wrapped up in it. We call it, like Elder Menachem Zakbal say, we call them a blended Israelites. These Israelites to watch all these different Israelite groups, then come to our channels, confused as hell, blurting out all that madness that they done learn from all these different groups. You see? I'll stick in the NIV, but one of Crete's own prophets has said it. Cretans are always liars, evil brutes, lazy, gluttons. This saying is true. Therefore, rebuke them shortly, that they will be sound in the faith. Okay? So this is why these other Israelite groups, they're rebuked. Okay? Correction and rebuke, that's love. That's love. Hoping that what? You get it right. Hoping that you get it right. Hoping that you understand and be able to come into the knowledge of the truth, of the faith. Having the what? The sound doctrine, the right doctrine of wholesome words. Not things broken up in bits and pieces. Not where leaven is existing. Like the scripture says, a little leaven leavens the whole lump. So it says, this saying is true, therefore rebuke them sharply, so that they will be sound in faith. So let this be a lesson and example for you other Israelite groups, man. A lot of them, per se, we don't know if that's doing it, but there is enough of this spirit is going around where you got Jake doing this, right? It's just madness. It's just out of order, Jake, you need to get it together. Shalom.